Welcome to the first episode of Just a Bit to Banter. My name is Patrick, and in this episode, we're going to find out Greg's Premier League team going into the next season. We're also going to cover Man City's Champions League victory. I can't wait. I'm so excited for it. And also covering a little bit of transfer rumors and preseason predictions. Let's get started. Well, welcome back to another episode. I guess the first official episode of Just a Bit to Banter. Boys, how are we all feeling tonight?
Yo, what it do, boys? What's going on?
What up? It's good to be here.
It is good to be here, and it is a great official first, I guess. It depends on how we want to count it. I count last episode as the last episode of Talk Man City where we introduced this. So,
Motherfucker, you would do this as the number one, the first episode.
I gotta start strong, yeah.
And you're going fucking strong.
I gotta fucking start strong.
Unbelievable.
Can't even decide on what episode this is.
I had to start strong.
Yeah, he's
Episode
doing it
1
strong.
of Just a Bit of Banter, talking about City won the Champions League.
Won the Champions League.
We won the fucking Champions League. Words can't express how fucking happy I am.
So they're basically like the kings of England now, right? Like that's how that works.
Kings of England, kings of Europe.
The Queen of England. They just win everything.
Don't talk the Scottish about that. We have a
Yeah.
couple Scottish people that listen, so they don't care about that.
Yeah,
They don't care for the Queen. Well,
Well, we also
they
not
won
only
in the end. So
in the end they did win. That is true. But we not only our first Champions League, but what a way to do it. We are treble winners. I'm so happy.
damn, dude.
It's much more toned down now, obviously, than when it actually happened. I was at my girlfriend's house, and
did you punch a hole through her wall?
no, I didn't punch a hole through the wall.
Kick one?
And I scared her dog when we scored. I'll tell you that much.
I bet.
Are you converting her to a City fan?
No,
Or
I don't.
is she
I
one-
don't know. I don't know if I'm converting her to a City fan, but she's already a soccer fan. So why do you think I chose her? One of the reasons.
Oh, she already liked it.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh, so I mean, she can pretend to care about your sport that she already kind of knows something about. So that's awesome.
I like your backhanded compliment, asshole.
That's not good.
Well,
So
girls
she
pretend
can-
to care about sports unless she really cares about sports. I've never met her. Like,
You're
sorry,
backpedaling.
something.
You're backpedaling now to like save face,
He's
but
fucking
he's straight up. He was
pumping
like,
the brakes.
"Yeah, she'll pretend to like
Where's
it."
the reverse?
You know?
Well, does she really like? Does she really
Yes,
like
she
it?
does. I wouldn't have fucking said
Okay,
that.
I'm wrong then. I'm wrong then. I don't even know her. I haven't met her, so that wasn't a compliment or a slight of anything.
I know. I'm just giving you fucking shit.
Yeah, because she's gonna listen to this and she's already gonna hate me.
Yeah, that's cool that you went to your girlfriend's house and watched it with the family and all. Probably a good impression. Is that the first time meeting them?
No. I've met them before. I can't let them see me that crazy before,
Yeah,
You
get
know,
a guns
unless I don't-
blazing, dude.
unless I meet them first.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro, that's kind of a
That can't be the first one. They'll not let me ever see her again if that's the first time they ever met me. I'm way too wild there.
Damn
I
it.
would have done that one at home, in your bedroom, locked up.
No, I had
so
made the
that no one
decision.
can hear you scream.
I wanted to. There was some screaming involved. And some tears.
I bet.
George, I called you. Greg, I tried to call you. You didn't answer.
You called me.
I was on a
I texted you when was the last play when they had that corner kick, and I was like, "Oh man!" And then as soon as I texted you, you probably got it, and then 30-second delay on your streaming service, wherever you use.
Yeah.
Probably don't get it until.
Why don't you just get whatever streaming service he has?
Oh, I can't. Dude. That's top secret, dude.
Yeah, it's top secret. We can't talk about it on here.
Key one is I got to be a Chelsea fan, dude.
That's not the first key, but yeah, it's top secret. Allegedly, it's top secret.
I
That's all
see
I'll
what
say.
you're talking about. So, boys, I gotta admit something in front of God and country. I didn't get a chance to watch it because, like you said, when you called me at the end of the match, I didn't answer because I was on an airplane coming back. So I didn't really prepare for this meeting today.
Oh, cool. It will be just like last time.
That's going to be the status quo going forward. But anyway.
Yeah, dude. So Patrick, how do you is it Ederson? Is that how you pronounce the goalie's name?
It's Brazilian, so yeah, that's one way to say it.
So how did you like?
Some people say Ederson, some people say Ederson.
Ederson. How did you like when he just came out of the box, dude? And
Which time?
That was after stoppage time.
Oh,
after the 90 minutes, and after he fucking jumped out of nowhere.
Oh, for the final save?
For the I guess that would be the final save.
I actually had to watch the last whistle back because I heard it and I heard the announcer say, they've done it. And I saw our players run, and that's about all I saw because I ran around the room shouting, and then I fell to my knees and started crying. So for about 10 minutes, and then proceeded to call you, my mom, Brandon, everybody I knew, telling them that we won.
So
I texted Christian from work.
so Greg, you heard that, right? He said,
I heard it. Yeah.
He said me first.
Yeah.
Mom, Brandon. I like that, dude.
We're seeing where your priorities are.
I'm
fine with it.
So I really appreciate that George is just trying to create division between me and you. I never listed any. I never said that was in order. It was in no particular order that I called those people.
Oh, he's doing the same thing.
He's doing the same thing with you, Greg. He's backpedaling like a son of a bitch.
No.
Well, here's what I'm going to tell you. I didn't answer your phone call anyway.
Yeah. So fuck you.
It wouldn't have mattered. But I'm very happy that made you that happy, and that's one of my favorite things about sport.
Honestly, I've waited so long.
Have you been a City fan your whole life, Patrick?
No, but I thought I told you my story on how I became a City fan.
I'd like to hear it. Or maybe the nutshell version.
So, yeah, I guess I don't have as much room to talk as someone who's been a fan for 30 years. And the biggest reason for that is I didn't get into football until World Cup. Which one was it in Brazil? 2014?
That sounds pretty accurate.
Hold on. Doing this on the fly.
That is correct.
Yeah, 2014. Okay, so the abridged version is became a fan of soccer World Cup or football in 2014. The player that made me fall in love with it was a Barcelona player, so I was a fan of them for a little bit just because I didn't know anything about the game and I wanted to watch more of it. I liked that player, watched them, got bored of the Spanish league, randomly turned on the TV one day, which now I know was NBC, and the Premier League was on, and happened to be Man City versus I couldn't even tell you who they were playing. I don't even remember at all. All I remember is turning the TV on and being bored with the Spanish league and watching this team in Sky Blue play, and was like, I really like how they play. I'm going to be a fan of them. And so that was I would say that's probably 2015, somewhere around there.
That's fair.
I didn't know anything about like takeovers, and I just happened to get lucky. I started kind of following them right around, right as Pep Guardiola came in. So, and then I would say I didn't really I was just a casual fan of them, but I didn't really fall in love with them until 2017, 2018. And that's because I had a trip coming up to go see them when I went to the UK. And that's when I really started watching them. Or maybe actually probably the year before that. So 2016, 2017 season. And ever since then, it's just
fucking rest is history, huh?
Yeah, it's just slowly grown and grown since then.
So the 2014 World Cup, that was the Brazil game. Oh, yeah, Brazil. When it
As
was
is Germany won it that year.
Germany. Yeah, is that the one where he won like the fucking like 112 whatever minute that was?
I don't know.
That was a long time.
My ball of knowledge is not that great back then.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, Greg, yeah, that's how it happened, and that's the abridged version. And now it's just I've been there. I've been memorabilia. I can't explain why I like it so much or why it infected me. It's just it's this club of it's what it does to you.
Well, I think you described it pretty well with the term infected. You know, most infections aren't by choice. None that I've had, at least.
No.
None that I would prefer to have.
Except the clap.
Well, that can be solved with a pill and something that I told you in confidence.
But yeah, so I had to rewatch that, and so I couldn't tell you in the moment what I felt as it came out. I just remember like just joy washing over me as as we won it. And I actually missed that. my
Patrick, I know, I understand. I've had an orgasm before. I can understand the truth.
Yeah, dude, that was a very like you said, like a heartfelt win for you. You can feel that, and just listening to it, and when you got the phone call of just we fucking did it, yeah. And I was like, this motherfucker, we ain't gonna do the show tomorrow.
Yeah,
we ain't gonna do it.
No. I was already like, so through the game I had. So for people listening, we were recording this on a Tuesday, and normally we decide to do Sundays or Mondays. We said Mondays, right?
Sundays.
Sundays. Mm-hmm.
Sundays. Well,
yeah, dude, you're 48 hours. You're a little late there.
So not only did I not really eat the entire day leading up to the game, I was fucking shitting it in the morning. But leading up to the entire game, and then I had 2 beers throughout the halves. And then yeah, once we had won, I had bought some really nice scotch in case we won. And as soon as
you would have drank regardless.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
But probably not as crazy. I probably still would have come and done this on Sunday if we had not won. But yeah, like I had that scotch immediately when the final whistle went, followed by plenty more beers, followed by a couple of shots, followed by waking up in the morning on Sunday feeling like shit.
Damn.
And then the guys were actually texting me, are we still doing this? And I'm gonna be honest with you boys, I was asleep at 6:30 on Sunday. Just
AM or PM?
PM.
Oh, okay. It's one of those days.
Yeah, it was one of those.
We've all been there.
I was just like,
we've all been there. You got to get to work on Monday, bro. I get it. I've been there.
It was not good. But
it's like
how often do you win the treble, and how often do you win your first Champions League?
You don't get hungover if the party doesn't stop.
Exactly. Spoken like a true master drinker.
Yeah.
Fucking me and Greg were just twiddling our thumbs, dude. Like, are we doing this? What's going on?
Yeah, I know.
Give him a 10-minute warning.
The one guy that fucking came out with all the enthusiasm all last week and all leading up to getting you guys on this. It was like, I'm not available.
Unavailable. Fucking
didn't even get a text.
No love, dude.
Like, I didn't get a
fuck you. I'm busy.
I had to like make time. I didn't prepare.
Of course you didn't prepare.
Made myself available. So.
No, I hear you that, dude. I mean, me and Greg were thinking about throwing in the towel, dude. Like, hey, dude, fucking one and done.
It's like, yeah, the one-hit wonder.
I think Greg maybe thought about that, but George, I don't think you thought about that.
Oh. And so, yeah, man. Again, we're fucking happy for you. Congratulations, City. people listening right now, I'm
You
sure
City fans out there, which most of you are because of the audience transfer. We did it. We fucking did it. I don't know that here's a problem. And I don't want to sound spoiled, but it's like, what do we do now? Like, we won the treble, we've won a Champions League, we won everything else. Like, not that
You'd
winning's
win a
gonna
Super Bowl.
fuck off. Not that winning's gonna get boring, but like, what do we do now?
I tell you one thing is that you guys want to sign Rodri.
Oh, you mean extend his contract?
That was your boy.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Is like that's something we can get into because
the past few games that he's played.
Oh, he's been immense all season. He's been like it's like, here's the thing, him, Ake, and Haaland. Like, if Haaland doesn't have the season that he had, honestly, if we hadn't signed Haaland, Nathan Ake, I would say, would be above Rodri in my player of the season. He's just been so immense, so consistent, knows how to defend, grown into a new role, and absolutely legendary. But Rodri's right behind him in terms of the one player you can't lose in midfield. It's him. So, yeah, I mean, we definitely need to shine him down to a new contract. I think Gundogan needs a new contract. Hopefully he extends.
So where's that going to play when you guys steal Mateo from us?
So
how's that? Because he you know what I mean?
Maybe that's something we can talk about as transfers upcoming.
Mm-hmm.
But
there's all kinds of fucking names coming out.
I know there is.
It's hard to keep up too.
So the reason it's fun and interesting is because we're in two different spots. Like, as clubs, you need to have a fire sale because you've got too many players, and you need like.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you.
You do. Come on. That's not a controversial comment.
No, it's fair. I 100% agree. And like you said, we need to fix what's going on, and fire fix is what a good example is what you said, to start fucking chopping heads, and it looks like fucking Mateo might be one of them.
Well,
or is one of them.
I mean, it makes sense for you in terms of he's not getting game time, and he's probably not part of Pochettino's plans. Put a pin in that real quick. Just to wrap up the conversation about Mateo Kovacic, I do think probably in the next 2 weeks we're going to announce him. He's going to be our first signing. And to the point with Gundogan, assuming he signs a contract extension, which is still up in the air, and I don't know which way it goes. I go back and forth. For me, it's like, if you don't want to be here, don't be here. It's kind of the perfect time for him to leave. He can ride off into the sunset, captaining the side to a treble, captaining a side to its first Champions League. He's probably going to get a statue and all of that stuff. Go out on top, be a hero, and then, go play in Spain or wherever the hell he wants to go. If he does sign a contract extension and we do get Kovacic, well, Kovacic can learn the role under Gundogan. So either way, that's why I would like to keep him. One, I think he's earned it in what he's done this season, because I have a love-hate relationship with Gundogan. I think sometimes he doesn't show up, but he's, at least for the last 2 years, he's consistently been the guy. Mm-hmm. We don't win that FA Cup without him. But I think ultimately that's, it could go. If I had to guess, I think he might be on his way out. But if he stays, yeah, Kovacic can learn from him. But to your point of Chelsea chopping heads and, changing things around, I'll pose the question to you, George, is if you're in charge of Chelsea, how would you rotate your squad, and who would you keep? Who would you let go? But before I do, I think Greg always has some good advice when it comes to players at your squad and what a squad might need in a particular game in and around the box. So, Greg, before George gives his answer, you please advise him on what the best course of action to have with players.
Well, George, there's one key. We may have to circle back on this because my internet's really shitty right now. And we may have to cut this bit out, but I had a few things to say. Number one, George, you got to have height in the box. Okay. I always say this. I've been telling Patrick this since I first met him. It was the first thing that I said to him when I shook his hand. I said, "Hi, my name's Greg, and you better know something about me. And it's that I believe you need height in the box." Okay. And he was like, "You know what? I never thought about it that way." And here we are, But I always told him that box height was the key to any football team. And how much of it you have is going to really determine the outcome of the game. And I think that that's just a really important thing to do and to say here in this moment.
Thank you for that, Greg.
No, that's that's pretty fair, dude. And to say that, to go off of it, of the the height wise, if I was the Mauricio's shoes right now, I would start fucking fresh. Get like what we're doing now is getting rid of fucking Mateo. I wouldn't be surprised that they release Thiago. And
you think Thiago Silva's going, huh? You'd get rid of him?
With especially right now, just no disrespect with Thiago at all. It's time for these new talent coming out, and seeing the way of how Lewis Hall's been playing, and also he's another young dude that we have with the team right now, and I would like to see him more develop in that, and I would like to see us get rid of our goalkeeper Kepa, and like you said, Greg, with the height wise, we got Mendy coming out of the bench, and he's fucking like 6'5".
Isn't he injury prone?
Yeah. That's
he's a great keeper. He carried you to, didn't he carry you to the year you won the Champions League?
Yeah, I was like, yep, that's correct. Yeah. So I would like to see him get him some more playing time. But with the injury prone stuff that's going on with him, and then Kepa, he's solid too, but I guess what Greg's saying is more of a height wise. I would like to see more of Lewis Hall, getting rid of Thiago, and God forbid if fucking Reece James gets healthy, having Joel Felix. Whoa. And I can have Felix coming out of the bench. I don't know, man. It's really it's gonna be really interesting, and especially with these new guys coming, not new guys, excuse me, the people coming out from PSG to see where fucking Neymar's going, seeing where Mbappé's going. There's talks about them coming to Premier, but I guess we won't know anything until next couple of weeks if that ever does happen. And then who you can take back is fucking Sterling.
Honestly, I'm telling you, if we brought Sterling back, I'm telling you he would cook. He would cook in this City team, and they'd cook because he has pace, and we could put him on the wing where he doesn't have. He's got him going to Chelsea is such a weird decision because did he go there to be part of the reason he went there was more game time. So that's not so weird, but did you guys expect him to be like a top goal scorer? Or from a Chelsea fan perspective, what did you expect out of Sterling?
I would expect him to be the top dog. He would be the go-to.
Okay, top dog in what way? Like scoring goals,
I would say scoring goals, and spreading out the offense, spreading out the wingers, spreading out Gallagher, and when Joel was in there, spread that out. He would be that playmaker, like how I would say maybe for on the City side is Grealish is more like that, even though he's more of the midfield side. I would like to see some more.
Grealish is a winger.
So I would like to see a little bit more changes on that, but Sterling didn't. The expectations out of him, in my opinion, was below expectations 100%.
I definitely think he had a worse season, but here's the thing: if you expected him to be if you expected him to be a top goal scorer, I could have told you, any City fan could have told you, Raheem Sterling will not be your top goal scorer. He's way too inconsistent. Yes, he had a 30-goal season with us one year, and where he was elite, and I'll never discredit that. And he's come up with some top goals, but Sterling's real skill and ability is a burst of pace past the defender on the wing and putting in a cross. And guess what? Who better to be a winger that you can burst pass on the wing and put in a cross to pair with than Erling Haaland? And the other thing is if you make Sterling the main guy, the problem with that, I don't think he does well with that pressure. I think he overthinks it, and he's just not that guy. And the reason I say that is when he had Aguero to play with at City, we saw some of his best attributes in his best seasons when he had a striker where he wasn't reliant to be the sole goal scorer. And he had a dramatic drop off when we lost our striker for 2 years. Second point I'll make is when he plays for England, he's a totally different player. Does he have to be the main goal scorer for England? No, he doesn't. He's got Harry Kane in front of him that defenders come on to and don't worry about. So he's got a whole lot. He's not the type of guy you want to put a lot of pressure on to be your main goal scorer.
No, that's
of course he underperformed.
No, for sure.
That being said, yes, he underperformed at Chelsea, but that entire team underperformed this year.
No, for sure. And if I can just relay this and piggyback on what you said, if they do decide to keep Sterling, I would for sure like to maybe switch it up and maybe try him more of the midfield side and switch him with the other Argentinian boy Enzo.
I don't think
I'm just trying to just elaborate, right, and just trying to see explore this stuff because we fucking finished in 12th and you need to fucking change some stuff. So I think we would switch him with Enzo and get fucking Felix in there, have those young cats in there, and just see what happens. If it doesn't work out, try for a game or two, just see how it happens, see what's going on. But they have to do some change and maybe move Sterling or Gallagher to midfield and bring up Enzo. I'd like to see more of Enzo trying to be a full winger on that side with Felix. That would be pretty dope. I would be interested to see how that plays off. And then have switch keepers and probably switch Hall to be taking a Thiago spot, and then hopefully during the offseason pick up some big names with a low price, right?
Yeah, with a low price.
I don't know.
Piggyback off of that, when you got to boil the crawfish and punch the lines, you got your chicken wings on the left and the right side. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money on those kinds of things, but you can if you want them to be really good. And that's what I think you need to do, George. So I had a thought about what Chelsea needs to do with regards to more height in the box, which is really the main thing that any football team needs. I mean, you guys could go get Shaquille O'Neal. Because what's he doing? He's doing chat shows, bro. He would be the best box height person ever. Nothing would get past him. He would take up the entire box. He's probably taller than the box. How much more height can you need? Or some of these retired basketball players, you could get those guys for a song.
Well, you just stand right there. If they come to you,
Just stand right there, bro.
Just fall down.
They
just
already
take 'em out.
got it. They already got it.
I think that Chelsea just needs to sign Greg as their advisor, and all your problems.
Senior advisor.
There you go.
Brother
Yep.
Greg. Coming in hot.
Fire the coach or the manager. Why do you guys got to be different? Why can't you just call it the same thing?
Well, to be fair, football's existed since pretty much any American sport.
Okay.
So maybe you guys are the ones that are different.
Okay.
More from Greg, the American sports commentator, in a minute.
But yeah, man, that's my that's my
okay. So
what I want.
Who are your incoming? Incomings are tough because you'll honestly, this transfer window, you're going to be fucking linked with every goddamn signing ever because you prove that you like to spend a lot of money and have no results. But who are your top 5 outgoings? And you can't say Kovacic because that's kind of confirmed. It's not confirmed yet, but it's in all likelihood he's coming to City. And really, he hasn't played for you at all this season. So who are your top 5 outgoings this season? Or sorry, this transfer window.
Man, dude, you give me a fucking just that much, huh? That's a tough one, dude.
It's not tough for me. I could tell you already.
Go ahead.
I would agree with Kepa.
Okay, so that's 2.
No, I'm not including Kovacic.
Okay, so you're doing fucking 6 total?
No, I'm doing 5, asshole.
Okay, all right. So you get Kepa.
So Kepa.
Okay.
Aubameyang.
Okay.
I gotta look at your lineup. I don't even know your players. So you go while I look.
So no, that's fine. So I would agree with those 2. I would see Thiago as well, and I'm gonna botch his last name, but Christian Pulisic.
Oh yeah. Okay, we're in agreement there.
So
so that's my 3rd.
Pulisic. That's who it is. But yeah, that would be, and then of course, what's his name? Fucking Mateo Kovacic. That'll be the 5.
I told you couldn't include.
Well, that was 4, dude. You got fucking your boy Kep, Thiago, what the fuck, Christian, and who the fuck was that? Didn't I just oh, dude, I'm fucking shooting blanks, dude.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Yeah, he really is shooting blanks.
Really, I'm shooting blanks, dude.
Okay, I got a list now. Kepa.
Okay,
I needed your lineup. I don't know your team. Oh, okay, yeah. This is fucking easy. Aubameyang, he's gone. Ziyech, I'd get rid of him. He does shit. Mudryk, get rid of him. Kai Havertz, get rid of him. Mason Mount.
Is there anyone you would keep?
I'd keep Reece James.
Reece James.
Just so City could pick him up. So here's the thing. George mentioned João Felix a lot, but Pochettino's already said João Felix isn't going to be a part of the Chelsea squad.
He's
But yeah,
that's a tough one for sure.
And I agree with you. I'd get rid of Pulisic. Pulisic is not Premier League quality, at least not at Chelsea. He had
a good year in
he did really well for Dortmund, and there's rumors he's going to go back to Germany, and I think that's a good move for him. I think he's more suited to the German league. I would love to see. Well, no, I'd love to see an American actually succeed at the Premier League. We did have Tyler Adams at Leeds, but he got relegated. That's not necessarily his fault, but he was, from what I heard, he was really good there.
Gotcha. But yeah, man. So it sounds like
all right. So those are your top 5 outgoings.
That sounds like pretty much as I said, it fucking starts fresh. Everyone, 12th place or place 12 on the table.
Well, no, you'll
Um,
be up there. You'll be up there because, C comes before a lot of letters. So, new season starts. You'll be up there.
It's like I always say, I before E, except after C.
Exactly.
Yep.
So that's a great place to transition. And, what I would like to do, it's really early, and I know the Champions League just ended, and we're heading into the summer. We're going to have hopefully, we're going to have a lot of exciting content to talk about in the transfer window. George, you mentioned Mbappe. Speaking of the transfer window, you mentioned Mbappe coming to the Premier League. The latest rumors I've heard is possibly United because they have that Qatari takeover incoming.
Ooh.
But they are also linked to Neymar. And I can't see Mbappe and Neymar coming to United at the same time. To me, Mbappe is destined for Real Madrid, and he needs to go there if he wants to continue being in the conversation for in that same conversation of like Haaland and Mbappe, which one's the best player in the world, kind of Ronaldo, Messi type,
Mm.
debate.
You should go to fake Madrid.
Fake Madrid.
But what I wanted to ask the panel here, well, I can go first. I'm posing the question, and I went last time with the predictions. But
okay.
What is, and we won't do the entire table because we're not on video, and I think that'll get boring if we do the entire table. But I know the season just ended, and I want to get these predictions in prior to any sort of transfer market activity because I think that skews predictions a lot. So strictly based on last season's form. And as I do this, I'm going to pull up the current Premier League table just so I can look at it. But based on last season's form, what are our very premature next season predictions? We won't do the full table, but I want to get top 4 and your bottom 3. Who's getting relegated? And so to start, I will go ahead and start here. My top 4, somebody write this down because we'll have to revisit it. I'm going to go City to win the league again, 4-peat it, make history. Second, I'm going to go United second. As much as I hate to say that, I'm going to go United second, Liverpool third, and Newcastle fourth. Newcastle to retain a Champions League spot.
Who was after City that you had? Number 2?
United.
Ooh.
I know.
That's fucking ballsy, dude. Okay, so I got Man City, I got United, third Liverpool, and then you said Newcastle is the fourth.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And then for my bottom 3, I'm gonna throw Everton in there.
Ooh.
Yeah, Everton 18th. Who's coming up? Luton's coming up, and
Sheffield, and who the fuck was the other one? Burnley.
Oh yeah, Burnley. Burnley's not going to get relegated. Not with Vincent Company there. They won't. They'll be mid-table, I think.
Okay.
Damn. Who else is coming up?
What the fuck was it? Burnley, Sheffield, and Luton.
Sheffield. Who? United.
Sheffield United.
They're coming back up.
Affirmative.
Okay.
But they're gonna get out, dude. Yeah.
Damn, it's tough. The relegation's way more tough than top 4 for me. Emery's doing well at Villa. Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna Everton. I am gonna go Luton. It's very difficult for me to see them going down or staying up. And then
So right now you got Everton, and then you said Luton. Okay, and then
I'm gonna go
bottom.
Forest. I'll go Luton bottom. No. Yeah, Luton 19th, Forest 20th.
Forest 20th. Okay. Oof. All right, let's do a recap. Top 4: Man City, United, Liverpool,
Newcastle. Yeah. Yep.
And then you got your bottom. You got 18, 19, 20 at Everton, Luton, and Nottingham.
Yes, sir.
Ooh. Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer. Without any knowledge of this is recorded June 13th. The transfer window literally opened tonight. So no transfer market knowledge, no nothing. This is completely preliminary.
Ooh.
So we'll see how it goes.
All right, that's fair. That's fair to say. Greg, do you want me to take this one, or you have a stab at it?
Yeah, let's Greg take a stab at it.
Greg, take a stab. All right, Greg, go ahead. Let me
All right.
write your name in here.
Do you have the Premier League table up so you can see the current teams?
So this is
I
Greg.
already wrote it all down.
Okay.
George, I'm also writing this down. So my predictions are: number 1 is going to be Newcastle.
Boy.
Number 2 is going to be United. Number 3 is going to be City. Number 4 will be Brighton.
That's a shout, mate.
And then my relegation teams are going to be Leicester.
But Leicester's already relegated, so you got to pick somebody else.
Oh, shit. Well, then I'll pick Bournemouth.
Not a bad bet.
Nottingham Forest.
Huh?
And West Ham, because I do not like Rupert.
Okay, fair enough. Ted Lasso reference.
Ooh.
Damn.
I fucking like that one, dude.
So honestly, like Newcastle being first is a ballsy move and probably not going to happen because they got Champions League. But the biggest shock in your prediction, and this is from a non-fan, the biggest shock in your prediction is putting Brighton fourth. That's the one I really want to watch because that's impressive. We'll see. If they can do that, that'd be fucking awesome.
Ooh.
All right, George.
If they do that, I will be a fan of Brighton.
That's not bad. They're a good team.
You heard it here.
All right.
First.
If Brighton makes a Champions League spot, Greg will be a Brighton fan at the end of the season.
What color are their uniforms?
Blue and white. Have we just picked Greg's team to watch for the season?
I think
we did.
I think we did.
All right. You heard it. Greg is now going to watch Brighton for the entire season and bring us his highlights at the in the subsequent episodes once the season starts.
Holy shitballs.
Fuck yeah. I told you it had to happen naturally.
It is fucking natural, and I like that, dude.
All right.
That's
Well, I hope they make Champions League. They got a great coach. They play awesome football. Just so you know, our coach, the greatest coach ever, Pep Guardiola, said Brighton's football is the best in the Premier League as of last season. So high compliments from a City fan.
Well, I also wanted to throw in one more prediction. I think Hufflepuff will also get relegated this year.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's a valid prediction, I think.
Yeah.
All right, George. What do you think?
All right. Well, this is gonna be some BS stuff, right? So
yeah, don't put Chelsea up there.
Chelsea, as much as I love them, unless they make some fucking drastic stuff as of an hour ago or 2 hours, all that stuff, but it hasn't happened yet. So, but anywho, My number. Okay, so my top four. I'm gonna go with Newcastle.
Number 1, Newcastle?
Yes, sir. Number 2.
Y'all are fucking dumb. You're not going to back me to be number 1 again. Or you're not going to... Go ahead. Sorry.
Manchester City.
Mighty have to fall.
Manchester City.
Okay.
Liverpool. And Arsenal.
Think Arsenal have it what it takes to be top 4 even with the Champions League this next year?
I think so.
I thought about Arsenal. I thought about it, but what played into my head was Champions League. I think Champions League is going to be a struggle for them.
It's going to be interesting for sure. But I still believe, as much as I fucking hate them, they will be up there.
Hey man, I put fucking United in second position.
You put them number 2, dude. That's fair. Bottom. Nottingham.
We all have.
Excuse me. The 18 will be the Wolves. Is what I have.
Okay.
Luton.
Yeah.
19 and Nottingham.
We all have Forest going down. Yeah, we all have. We all have. Forest.
We all have Forest
okay,
going down.
So we all have Forest going down. All right. So all right. Does somebody have all that written down?
Yes.
Okay. Great. We will revisit this. That's going to be interesting. You both have Newcastle winning the league next year. Winning the league.
New rule. No changing predictions.
No. Of course not.
Also known as no takesies backsies.
But you both, before we actually finalize this, I don't care that you don't have City up there, but you really have Newcastle winning the league next year. Keep in mind, they've not been in the Champions League, and that is a whole new level of competition that they're going to compete for.
I stand by my answer.
Okay. Greg,
I stand by my man.
George?
I'm going to stand with it, dude. I'm going to stay with it.
All right. They both have Newcastle winning the league next year.
It's locked in.
It's locked in.
Damn it. I like it, dude.
All I'm going to say is if you fucking win a 4th time,
I'm gonna be
if you're right, you're going to be so smug. Oh, you're going to be the smuggest.
A little.
You will be the Seattle of people.
I'll be I will gloat a little bit, of course. I am very shocked that both of you have chosen Newcastle to win the league. That they've done well, but that next step is very difficult. But hey, if they win the league, I mean, I'll be the first to congratulate them. Honestly, the biggest surprise in all of these predictions is Greg having Brighton making the Champions League. That would be fucking incredible. I would love to see that happen.
Where did they finish?
They got European, so they're in the Conference League.
Oh, so they got at least top 5 then. Or 6.
They're in top 6. I think they're 6th.
Okay, I could definitely see that.
That would be incredible.
I think
honestly, it'd be incredible.
Newcastle wins and we're right, you should write a letter and mail it all the way to England, like on paper, to Newcastle. Just address it to the team and whatever their mailing address and be like, my name's Patrick and I'm sorry.
I'm not going to say sorry. I will be the first to congratulate them. All right. Here's the thing, man, is like playing in the Champions League and adding that additional competition to your roster is difficult. Because here's the thing, they want to go far, and we'll see how their business is done in the transfer market. They've had a great year last year. I don't doubt they're going to get Champions League again. It's why I put them 4th in my. Honestly, I could have interchanged them and Liverpool in my prediction, but that next step, and plus they are. The biggest reason I didn't put them higher is because I watched the game between them and Arsenal, where I needed them to beat Arsenal, and I saw their inexperience. I saw them get fucked in the early part of the game. They went 2 goals down, and instead they kept attacking. And I just saw what I looked at was a City team from 5-6 years ago that would keep going and keep attacking, even when the smart thing to do and the wise thing to do is to step back and defend and reassess where your game and be more patient. Reassess where your game plan is, be more patient. And I just don't think that team, it's very similar to Arsenal in this sense, has the experience to win a league yet. Will they win a league in the next 5 years? 100%. I think in the next 5-6 years, you're going to see Newcastle win the Premier League. Just not next year. They're not ready yet, especially considering what it looks like United and Liverpool are going to have somewhat of a resurgence. And honestly, probably Chelsea too. Chelsea's not going to finish 12th next year.
They will not.
I don't know if they're going to, I don't think they're going to get top 4, buddy. I'm sorry, but.
Well, if do our predictions, you would have heard me put Chelsea at number 4. Come on.
Chelsea was not 4th. Anyways, but
I fucking win. I hope they do.
If
Prove me wrong.
If they fucking win the league, yeah, I'll be one of the first to congratulate them because that is a massive achievement from where they've been 2 years ago fighting relegation. Greg.
Well, I'm going to tell you something about fighting relegation.
Warren G.
It's only fighting it if you're not in these streets. You know, you got to earn your keep. You know, and that's what Warren G taught us. That's what he taught us.
Shout out Warren G for teaching us
R.I.P.
that.
I mean, I think the biggest surprise, though, in terms of relegation, is going to be Hufflepuff. You know, but I feel like they've had it coming for a long time. You know, and the fact that they haven't gotten it before is nothing short of a miracle. So it's coming this year, and they're going to be real bummed.
So who wins the House Cup this year then?
Bro, I'm going to tell you something. I think it's going to come out of left field. I think it's going to be Ravenclaw.
Hell yeah, that's what I am.
I think that's what it's going to be. Because I don't think anyone's ever thought about them. You know? I don't think anyone knows about them or has ever thought about them. I think that they were kind of all but written off. But, you know, maybe it's their year. And that's what it is. You know, that's my prediction.
Heard it here first.
Heard it here first.
All right, boys. So where do we go from here?
Well, I think the only thing you can do, you know, being Manchester City, I mean, you won all 4 of the trophies or whatever.
3. But...
I think you go into. I think you just go. The next logical step is the Indy 500. You know, I think that's what they do next. I think they go straight away. You know, I mean, we saw what NASCAR did last weekend. They just came in there like bang bang.
I have no idea what NASCAR did last weekend. So
yeah, well, I think City have what it takes. You know, we saw what NASCAR did last weekend.
Oh, well, with that riveting content, I'm going to wrap this episode up. So, with that being said, thank you all for listening. Please be sure to follow the podcast on Twitter. It's under the handle at Just a Bit of Banter Pod. And yeah, that's probably the best way to interact with us because we're not going to start anything else. We're too lazy for that. But thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of this, boys. Thank you again for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Shooting the shit with me.
Of course,
I love you.
I love you too, Greg. Never forget that.
Aw, I wish I had that. Thanks, everyone.
All right, everybody. Have a good one.
Good night.
Later.
Bye.